For our first video, there's a few things that wish we had done differently. For starters, we wish that we had made it more original and not so much based off of Barstool's pizza review. We used a lot of the same phrases that Barstool had done in the past and still continues to use, so it was just like really similar and seemed a bit copyrighted, even though that's not our intentions for this video. So we wish we put in our own humor and our own lines and made it kind of more personalized to St. Joe's and to our group to reflect our own personalities. Another thing that we wish we had done differently is that we wish we had used like a tripod or a stand to be able to stabilize the shots. A lot of the shots were a little bit shaky or off-centered, so that's definitely something that we could have worked on during the shoot to make sure that it was better quality and better overall. Another thing that we had wished we had done differently was not filmed the boys eating the food at the same time. This was kind of just like too long of a shot and was boring and, was it was very much in one position. So splitting up where they were eating and what they were eating would have been better. Maybe actually filming them eat in the Campion meal, then having them eat in DB, the DB meal, because it would have just broken up the shot better and was a lot nicer overall. But other than that, we learned a lot from the first episode and we were able to carry what we learned into the second and third.
In our second episode of A Hawk's Eye View, we wanted to incorporate feedback that we received from Dr. Murphy and our classmates. The most important feedback we took was about how we edited our video. We had edited our first video so that both food reviews happened at the same time, and it created a long clip of nothing really happening. There were no breaks in this long-standing clip, and it left viewers feeling bored as they were watching the most important part of the episode, which was the food review. Our classmates suggested doing the food reviews in separate parts of the video. This would create a more interesting video, and it would keep the viewers more entertained. In our second episode, we first went to Einstein's, including B-roll and footage of us ordering and then doing the food review. We then walked through campus to Saxby's, where it was set up exactly the same way. We definitely thought that this was a better way to position the video, as it allowed us to add more B-roll and footage. Overall, setting up our second video in this way greatly improved the quality of our episode, and we did the same setup in episode 3.
For the third episode, we wanted to build off the momentum that we had created in the first two. These are two locations that sophomore students go to frequently, so we wanted to be sure to do our best to set the stage visually for the audience. We captured a lot of B-roll on the ride to and from the delis. One thing that we wanted to make clear is that these places are very comparable. As such, we got the same exact item from each spot. By this point, it was obvious that we were much more comfortable on the camera than in previous episodes. This resulted in a lot more humor than there was in the previous episodes, like you can see in the places where we tried to attempt a cheese pull. Something else that we tried to do was break up the episode into different pieces so that it didn't seem so boring all the time. This is why we went to one location and finished reviewing that food before we showed the other location. This episode also established a clear winner, as seen by the graphics on the screen. All in all, we felt like this episode was a strong finale for our series, and that we utilized a lot of the advice that we've been given by our peers and Dr. Murphy himself.